You feel stuck in your own head, even after trying to think positive and stay motivated. What if the biggest battle you're fighting isn't outside, but inside your own mind? In this video, I'll share 6 science-backed psychological truths that reveal how your mind secretly controls you, and how you can finally take control back. I first realized this hidden war when I noticed something strange in my own habits. I kept planning big changes, but somehow always ended up doing the exact opposite. Research in cognitive psychology shows this is not random. It's how the brain is wired to protect comfort, not growth. The problem is most people think they lack discipline, but in reality, they are fighting invisible mental patterns they don't even see. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how your mind manipulates your decisions, and more importantly, how to override it step by step. Let's dive in. Now here's where it gets interesting. Your mind is not your enemy, but it's also not fully your ally. Your brain constantly runs 2 systems at once, one that wants growth and one that wants safety. The conflict between these 2 systems creates most of your internal struggle, especially when you try to change habits or make important decisions. Psychologists from Stanford found that the brain prioritizes energy conservation over long-term reward. That means your mind will often choose what feels easy now instead of what benefits you later. This is why habits feel automatic. Your brain is trying to reduce effort, not maximize success. First, pause before automatic actions. Just 3 seconds of awareness. Second, label the urge. This is comfort-seeking behavior. Third, choose the higher value action consciously. For example, instead of opening social media instantly, sit still for a few seconds and decide intentionally. Most people act without noticing the trigger, but awareness breaks the cycle. But that's not all. This next one is crucial because your attention is being stolen every single day. Visual, stick figure surrounded by floating icons, phone, notifications, ads, pulling strings on eyes. Your attention is constantly pulled by triggers, notifications, thoughts, and emotions that compete for mental space. The more you respond, the more your brain strengthens distraction patterns. Neuroscience research from MIT shows that dopamine spikes every time you switch attention, reinforcing distraction loops. Your brain starts craving novelty instead of focus. That's why you can't just concentrate. Your attention has been trained to scatter. First, remove one major distraction like notifications or unnecessary apps. Second, use focus blocks of 20 minutes with no interruptions. Third, when distracted, don't react. Just observe and return. For example, keep your phone in another room while working. Small interruptions feel harmless, but they train your mind to stay weak in focus. Now, let's talk about something even more powerful. Most people don't realize this, but comfort is quietly controlling your life. Stick figure sitting in cozy bubble labeled comfort zone, outside world labeled growth. The comfort trap is when your brain avoids discomfort, even when that discomfort leads to growth. It convinces you to delay action by making excuses feel logical. According to behavioral psychology, the brain treats discomfort as a threat, so tasks like studying, exercising, or starting work feel heavier than they actually are. Your mind protects you by delaying them. First, identify what discomfort you're avoiding. Second, reduce the task to just 2 minutes of starting. Third, commit only to beginning, not finishing. For example, instead of saying, "I will study for 2 hours," say, "I will open the book and read 1 page." Once you start, resistance drops dramatically. But wait, there's more to this. This is where real mental control begins. Visual, countdown timer above stick figure's head. 3, 2, 1. Between impulse and action, there is a very small window where you either react automatically or take control consciously. Neuroscience explains that impulses fire faster than rational thinking, but if you delay response even slightly, your decision-making brain becomes active. That tiny gap is where control is won or lost. When you feel an urge, count 3, 2, 1 silently. Then ask yourself if this helps your future self. Finally, choose intentionally instead of reacting. For example, before eating junk food, pause and imagine how you'll feel 10 minutes later. This tiny delay can completely change behavior over time. And now, let's go deeper. Instead of changing your actions first, change your identity. Visual, stick figure shedding old label lazy and replacing with focused. Behavior follows identity more than motivation. If you see yourself as disciplined, your brain naturally pushes you toward disciplined actions. Harvard research shows people act in alignment with how they define themselves internally. Choose one identity like, I am a focused person. Ask yourself what that person would do right now. Then act according to that identity, even in small steps. For example, instead of saying, I'm trying to study, say, I am someone who studies daily. Your brain starts aligning behavior automatically. This brings me to the next secret. Most people fail because they aim too big, too fast. Small daily wins rewire your brain toward consistency. Progress itself becomes addictive when broken into small steps. Dopamine is released not just from success, but from progress. That means your brain starts enjoying effort when it sees constant movement forward. Break your goals into tiny steps. Complete at least 3 small actions daily. Track progress visually with simple check marks. For example, instead of workout daily, start with just 10 push-ups. Your brain begins to crave progress instead of avoiding effort. Let's quickly review what we covered today. Your mind is divided between comfort and growth. Your attention is constantly being hijacked. Comfort quietly controls your decisions. A 3-second pause gives you control. Identity shapes behavior more than motivation. Micro wins rewire your brain for consistency. Remember, this is not about becoming a new person overnight. It's about slowly winning the war inside your mind, one decision at a time. You already have everything you need to take control. The only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is the actions you take in moments of resistance. Don't wait. Start with just one technique today. If this helped you, hit like, subscribe for more videos like this, and comment which idea hit you the most. And if you want to build powerful habits that stick, watch the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.